Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1946 Royal KMM vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. The KMM, K stands for the model, MM is magic margin. So I'll show you how to use that. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And this is the paper bail that sits on top and holds the page down. It's got two adjustable rollers and a scale. So right now the margins are exactly where I want them, but if you wanted to set them closer to the middle, you put the cursor where you want it and then flip this right magic margin and it sends that margin magically to that spot. And if you want it closer to the edge, you hold the carriage release, which is right above the right knob here, and the magic margin at the same time, and you can drag it out. Make sure you flip that magic margin back to lock it into place. Same concept with the left. If I wanted it here, I just send that magic margin to that spot, like that. You just gotta lock it. Make sure you push it back to lock it in place. If you want it closer to the edge, you just flip it, and then you put it where you want it, and then lock it. There you go. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. If this line space gets you back to the beginning and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip the switch forward. When it skips 2, one more, it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Beautiful typing machine. This is probably one of the best typing machines you can get of all time. Just super sturdy and easy to use. Very balanced and sturdy and heavy, and just when you're typing on a typewriter, you don't want anything that's gonna like move around. You just want to be able to hit this thing. And this is really nice and sturdy. It's made out of all metal, no plastic except for maybe the knobs, so it's just really reliable. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. We got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top left works good. Margin release on the right. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that won't let you type unless you hit that margin release, and it will allow you to type all the way to the end. Tab on the right side of the keyboard. Right now we should have one tab set in the middle. To clear that, hit tab clear on the top left here. So now it goes all the way to the end, but as you can see, it kind of causes wear and tear on your typewriter, so I always like to set one somewhere in the middle. So I hit that right side one to set the tab, and now it'll stop at that spot. That works good. You can set as many tabs as you want on this model. Backspace, we already did that. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, the switch right above the tab clear, flip that to the left, and then pull clockwise to the left. You flip it to the right, it pulls counterclockwise to the right. That works good. What else do we have on the keyboard? I think that's it. This is your color selector. Right now we have it on the middle blue, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. If you move it over to the left, it just prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, and if you have a black and red ribbon, the red would be on the bottom and it prints red. You move it all the way over, there's a little unlocker. You unlock it and move it to the right. This leaves a stencil, it doesn't print at all. That's for copying purposes. This is your touch control, so the higher you go, the more you tighten it, the more tension there is when you hit the keys, so you do have to hit them a bit harder, but they respond faster. The more you loosen it, the less tension, so you don't have to hit the keys as hard for them to print. Carriage release on each side. Very smooth, very, very smooth. And you can also set these margins by just flipping this panel forward and doing it by hand. Don't have to use the magic margin. And on this left side, it's got a carriage release right here, and it's got a button on the edge, on the end of the knob. So if you push it, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever. You move it forward, and it unlocks the line space. Push it back, and you get those clicks. And that is it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.